Good morning there. Well, I thought I'd share a little bit of what I got up to last Saturday. I went down to Waimate for a drive with a friend, and we visited a friend of his, which he had moved down there, and I found it quite cool. Waimate reminds me of like stepping back into the 90s or something. Not that I can remember the 90s like terribly clearly, but the vibe was there. We lit a bit of a ramshackle fire there with some, bits of steel, corrugated iron, bent a few bits and pieces into place, created a fire, cooked some chops, and just sat there nibbling away. And it was a really nice afternoon and evening. Really enjoyed myself. In terms of the weather, on Monday through Canterbury, we got quite a dramatic change move through. In last Saturday's forecast, I talked about how on Monday there was a bit of a southwesterly flush moving over the country. At that stage, it was moving through quite a bit earlier in the day. But for Canterbury, it ended up moving through sort of like early to mid-afternoon, and that created quite a dramatic roll cloud, shelf cloud, whatever you want to call it, as it moved through. I'll get Steve to put up a picture. He might cut me out here for a second. So it was very dramatic as it moved through. I didn't really hear too many reports of thunder as such, but there may have been one or two rumbles out there. Anyway, then that moved out of the way. So let's get on to the weather for the coming 7 days. Basically this weekend we've got a bit of a low to deal with coming out of the Tasman Sea, some rain involved. It's going to be heavy in areas, a bit of a cold southwesterly front moving in from the south. That's going to bring a little bit of snow in the south and up the eastern side of the South Island. We've basically got a southwesterly system through into early next week, a bit chilly. And then about Wednesday, anticyclone moves in from the Tasman Sea. Actually, it could be more like Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday into Wednesday. Anticyclone moves in from the Tasman. Should be a few settled days. Could be quite frosty. As we move into about sort of Thursday, Friday, northerly airflow returns. That means temperatures in the east are going to pick up, so that's good. Some heavy rain for the west coast. A good dousing. We need a good dousing. And then into next weekend, it looks like more cold southwesterlies potentially on the way. Maybe some thunder. So here we go. This is a map for today at 6 p.m. this evening. As we can see, quite wet for the North Island. That rain will be moving in during the course of this morning into this afternoon. There may be the odd heavy fall in there, especially about Taranaki this afternoon going into this evening. Taranaki is where there is a slim risk of some thunder, perhaps. South Island, a fair majority are dry, but there is some rain here in the south and there in the north. Next map is overnight, Saturday, overnight tonight, into Sunday, 3 a.m. in the morning, because there's going to be some heavy rain for this lower part of the North Island, Wellington and Wairarapa, perhaps parts of Kapiti as well. Still, a majority of the South Island is looking fairly dry, but there is some rain out here in the Tasman. That's going to slip in over the upper South Island. There may be the odd heavy fall there, and there's also going to be cold south to southwesterly winds joining that rain, moving in from the south naturally, and that's going to bring some cold air, and there is some snow there too. Out here in the Tasman Sea, there is a bit of a trough. That feature represents some cold upper air. That's going to move into the North Island on Sunday afternoon. So there we go, 3 p.m. That brings showers. These showers for the North Island this time here in the west, they could potentially be unstable. There could be a rumble of thunder or two, maybe even some small hail. You never know. Anywhere south of about Auckland and then down this western side, maybe, if you're lucky, the Golden Bay area could be caught up in that instability also. There's that rain for the top of the South Island, and then we get those cold south to southwesterly winds coming in here into the south and up this eastern side during Sunday. Okay, air here in the south is quite cold. There could be snow flurries down to about 300, maybe 200 metres. There's not much to the precipitation, so any snow flurries, the amounts won't be very big. But there could be snow flurries to those levels. Upper South Island here, well, North Canterbury especially, that snow level is going to be more around about 500 metres. Maybe at a push it could get to like a fraction lower, depending how heavy that rain is, but generally speaking around 500 metres. Should be some good snow for Mount Lyford, for example. Then, as we move to Monday, I believe, rightio, nice cold southwesterly airflow over New Zealand. Upper South Island, still showers there, snow flurries around about 500 metres, maybe 400 metres for parts of North Canterbury. The Central Plateau, finally, some cold air arrives. Some snow down to around about 800 metres on Monday, but the precipitation rates are not terribly high. If we go back to Sunday, see, there is going to be heavier rain for the Central Plateau on Sunday, but the snow level, the snow level is going to be a lot higher. But it should still get into the ski fields there, I would say. Back to Monday, where I shall also add that the air down here in the south is going to get even colder. There may even be a few snow flurries down to sea level, or at least near-ish sea level in these showers right there. Okay, on to Tuesday. These showers are going to start to really clear out of the way, and that high pressure system there in the Tasman, well, on the southeastern corner of Australia there, is going to start to move in. So Tuesday morning could potentially be very frosty, South Island especially, and parts of the North Island. We're going to fast forward to Thursday. There's the high there. It's already shunting out of the way. Wednesday's fairly settled. It will be cold. There will be frosts. Should be nice and sunny though for most of the country. But Thursday, yes, that high starts to move out of the way. Northerly airflow moves in. Temperatures in the east finally starting to pick up. Frontal system there moving in from the west-southwest. It will start to bring some rain into Fiordland on Friday. Here is our dousing for the west coast. Some nice heavy rain. No thunder at this stage by the looks of things though. Temperatures here in the east should be reasonably warm, although if that high cloud there for the east and south island is quite thick, sometimes that actually can suppress the temperatures a bit. Then down here to the southwest we've got some nice cold air. Let's move to next Saturday, a week away, and that brings showers into the South Island. There's the front there. It's moving over the North Island now, bringing rain. There's actually a cold front in behind that front. That cold front there has a chance of some instability in it, but mind you, it's 7 days away, so I don't know if this is going to play out. It's just what we're seeing at the moment. If that front does bring some instability, perhaps Taranaki into the afternoon on Saturday, maybe some thunder later in the day up here. Then for the South Island, yes, we've got showers moving into the southwestern corner especially. The air is very cold, snow flurries no doubt here in this southwestern corner. I don't really know what levels to exactly at this stage. It is 7 days away, but it's looking quite cold, so maybe around about like 500, 400 metres. Could even be a touch lower. We'll see how the week progresses. And there also could be a bit of thunder here in the southwestern corner also. Okay, that's all from me. We'll catch you next Saturday morning.